bit. This show came about because obviously Martel and Melody, when they were married, back in 13, 14. Long story short, they met with me. I thought they were a beautiful couple. They wanted to do a show about their business, like Marsau said earlier, in the flipping home sort of lifestyle brand. And years later, I connected with them and said, I don't want to do that show. I'm really into this space where I want to see Black couples on television. And I would like for you guys to be a part of it, obviously. But do you have any friends who can speak to this idea that I have? And long story short, they, introduced the Comeback Group. And that's how we got a chance to meet you, Tisha, you, Marsau, your brother, Maurice, and your sister-in-law, Kimmy. And the show came out being this huge hit. Recently, Kimmy, myself, and Melody were on a live. And towards the end of the live, Kimmy thanked me for, creating the show. And she also thanked Melody for the opportunity. And a lot of people loved seeing that. And then apparently some of your fans, Marsau, ask you, why don't you ever thank Melody for the opportunity? We're waiting for it. And you said something along the lines of, well, keep waiting. Why is that, Marsau?
Can we be fair about that also? Wasn't you guys introduced to like 20 other couples before y'all finally met us?
Yeah, how many other couples
was there before us? The Scotts.
Well, Carlos, let me ask you a question.
I'm just asking.
To be fair, if you're saying that they came to you and they said, we'd like to do this show by ourselves, and you said, hey, you need more people to do what you want to do.
Well, I didn't say that exactly, but because, people like to twist words, unfortunately. So I said to them, because I'm going to follow you because we're Libras, and trust me, me and you are the same person. So what I did say to them was, I love y'all. This idea could work, but I have a bigger idea that could make a bigger impact.
I guess what I'm trying to say is, if they needed more people and we were the more people that happened to be needed, I guess the end result is who should thank who?
That's a lot of thank you that should be going around.
Actually, Carlos, the truth is, I've already thanked everyone for throwing my name in the hat. I've been gracious.
Absolutely, yeah.
But I'm not about to sit back here and pander to fans saying, oh, you need to do this right here. Every time anyone in my life has ever done anything, I've always been thankful, whether it's the smallest thing or the largest thing. So I'm definitely thankful to be here. But I do want to thank the people personally whose name is on my check.
Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, it was like, dang, thank you guys for introducing us to Kingdom Reign and Carlos and Angela, because had they not introduced us, we definitely wouldn't know Carlos, and Kingdom Reign. So, but also, there's a thank you, Scotts, for agreeing to do it, because if it wasn't for you guys, we wouldn't have this show either. Like, we created the 6 of us together. So I think all of us should be thanking one another.
Nah, we're just grateful to be here. Thank you, everybody else involved. Anybody had anything to do with it. I say thank you when people do things for me. You hold the door open for me, or you put me in a different position in life. And even if you had any part of it, you didn't actually, you could have asked anyone else in the world. You chose to ask me. And I do thank you for that. But the key is, I thank you for that years ago. So I don't need to go take a public stage and come out and grovel and do all of this nonsense just to show other people that, especially after all you've done since then, especially all that you've done since then is kind of amounted to, I think the time for gratitude is kind of over in this situation. For the record, I've said thank you to everyone that had any involvement in this.
Oh, and I was going to say, so for the record, you have said thank you to Melody and Martel before.
Yes, sir.
Marsau, you're not going to gaslight me. Have you ever, and Tisha, you can answer too, because I would like for the audience to know, because this was the most asked question we got. And I like to be fair. Have you ever just said thank you to them personally?
Yes, we have.
Yeah.
In the very beginning, yes.
I think that you thank people just expressing gratitude. You express gratitude when people have put you in a position that you haven't earned. And I think that's important to say thank you during that period of time. When someone blesses you and you say, I haven't earned this. Thank you. I don't see people thanking their boss every week when they get a check because they work hard for that check. After someone puts you in a position to bless you, then tears you down, I kind of think that we're